About 2 years ago, I finally decided to bite the bullet and just stop using Google Photos. Now this was mainly because they asked me to stop paying more money, which, I don't want to do that. It's my photos, it's my memories. I don't want to be, paying you money just to access that. But it's also partially, I want to be a little more private. I was concerned about what they were doing with AI and if they were like looking at all your photos. So I just thought, I want a more private solution. And what I've been doing for these past 2 years is really bad, don't do it. I've just had all the photos on my phone and not backed them up. Which, it definitely has put me at risk of losing photos, which isn't good. So I've always been in the back of my mind thinking, I want to find a solution for this. I want to find a version of Google Photos that I could self-host, that I could run myself, and I can know is private, but it will still give me all the same features. For a while, to back up my photos, I just ended up using Photo Prism. And to back it up, that worked pretty well, but I didn't really like the UI and all the features it had, so I was still looking for something else. And, we've clicked on the video, I found it, it's Immich, which I really like. So in this video, I'm going to show you what it is, I'm going to show you my installation of it, and I'm going to show you how to install it for yourself. So before we get into it, I probably just want to talk on some reasons why you might not want to use Google Photos if you're not convinced. So here we have an article, it was pretty recent, and it's talking about how this company Proton, which is like a privacy-focused, internet company, has, I wouldn't say accused Google, but they're definitely saying along the lines of an accusation that Google is using data and images that people upload to Google Photos to train their image model, their image AI, Nano Banana. Now there's no way to prove that they are. There's no way to prove that they're not. Google, of course, has said they're not doing that. But the real problem is, there's so much ambiguity. Because you're not self-hosting everything, because you don't own the servers, because you're using their servers, their cloud, there's no real way to know what's happening with your photos. And that's just something I personally don't like. So, that's a reason you might want to switch from Google Photos. iCloud's practically the same, Apple has this look to say like, oh, we're private, but it's closed sourced, you can't really know, right? So the solution here is something that you can self-host and know for sure that the code is open source, people can check through it, and there's nothing sketchy going on, and that you're in control. And that, of course, is what we're talking about today, Immich. I really, really like Immich. I've had it set up for a few months now, I've been using it. It is super, super easy to set up. As I said, I'll be walking through that. But before I do, I just thought, why don't I just show you what my installation looks like. So here we are. There's nothing real too much to show you. It's a Photos app, it works well. They say good technology shouldn't be noticeable, it should just slide into the background, and I guess that's kind of what Immich is doing here. You're able to look at photos, it gives you memories. I don't know how many of them I want to show you, but 12 years ago what I was doing, talking in a car, that's great. 14 years ago, I was sitting on a rock, how fun. Anyway, it's just your regular Photos app. It's fast, it's zippy. I don't want to scroll too much because I might have to stop blurring stuff, but I don't know. Here's a photo of it's a crap photo, it's a good photo here. It's a photo of a pelican. Anyway, it's super fast, it's super quick, has all the features you might want. For example, I can search by people, I can search for photos of me, and it'll just be photos of me. I can search for context, like cat, sunset, and it shows photos of cats at sunset. It's a normal Photos app. That's what's great about it, but instead of being run in the cloud, it's run on a PC sitting 2 meters from me. And some benefits of that, because it's on the same local network, it is blazing fast. With Google Photos, you might have to be waiting, you wait a while, there's a noticeable delay of when you get the low quality images versus when the high quality ones load in. But, Immich, because it's all on the same local network, it's pretty much instantaneous. And the only real downside of hosting or self-hosting is that you can't access it outside your home network. But to get around that, I've just installed a VPN on my home network, and that lets you access this from anywhere. So I have the Immich app on my phone, for example. Whenever my phone's connected to my VPN, or whenever I get home, it'll sync all the photos I've taken throughout the day, and it'll just upload it, it'll process it, and I don't have to think about it. So I think that's the real great thing with Immich. It's such this great alternative. There's practically no downsides to it. And yeah, it just slides into the background. It's really nice and easy. Yeah, so I guess now that that's out of the way, I'll show you how to install it. I almost didn't want to make a section talking about how to install it because installing it's really easy. So what you're going to have some sort of spare computer around that you can self-host this on. Personally, you could use a VPS, but I wouldn't recommend that, just because storage prices are probably going to cost so much, it's not going to be worth it. But in this case, I had this old desktop computer lying around, so I thought, why not use that? So you're going to want to have some sort of operating system on it. I think you can do it with Windows, but I like Linux. So I would personally install some sort of Debian version of Linux. I did try on Fedora, because that's what I use on all my other computers, but there's some weird thing with the file systems, it doesn't really want to work right away out of the box. So with this server, I recommend set up something like Debian, some easy Linux distribution that you know, and go from there. But all you really want to do is go to immich.app, click download, and then we'll just use Docker for this. View instructions. It's nothing too crazy, it's just this page, it's not that long. And all you gotta do is copy paste these commands in. The only really tricky part about this entire process is choosing what to write in your .env file. So what I've personally done, my server, it has an SSD and it has a hard drive. So what I've done in this database data location, I've just made sure the folder I link to there is a folder that is on my SSD. And I've just done that because SSDs have quicker read and write times. So when the database is on there, it can access that really quickly, and that just helps speed up Immich in general, but also all the AI processing, because that takes quite a bit when you first upload all your images. And then secondly, for the upload location, I made sure that was a file location on my hard drive. And I did that because, hard drives have a lot more storage than the SSD, and, that's something I can expand out later, and, yeah, it's really all that's said. Change your password, and, yeah, all you gotta do is write docker compose up /d, and you've got it. Now, once you've got that all set up and it's running, all you're really gonna wanna do is just find out the IP of your computer on the local network. So in that case, I just use the admin panel on my router, and then you just go to it. You just search it up. In my case, I've chosen the host name on my computer to be Immich. So all I do is just type in immich.local :2283, and then that gets me everything. Anyway, that's really it. There's nothing too much to say about that. I highly recommend switching, as long as you know what to do with all your data protections, keeping your data safe, keeping enough backups. Yeah, I hope you found this helpful in any way. I hope this pushed you over the edge to try and switch away. But like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, follow.